We are now live. This special meeting of the City of Socorro Historical Landmark Commission is set to begin. First and foremost, the City of Socorro would like to thank everyone and ask for your patience during this difficult time we have been presented with. Everyone, please remember to silence any electronics to avoid sound interruption. No disruptive behavior or outbursts will be tolerated, and violators are subject to call disconnection and possible prosecution. In accordance with Section 418.016 of the Texas Government Code and by order of the Office of the Governor issued March 16, 2020, the Historical Landmark Commission of the City of Socorro will broadcast this special meeting scheduled today, Wednesday, September 16, 2020, at 6 p.m. from City Hall chambers located at 860 Rio Vista Road, Socorro, Texas, via telephone conference and live stream in order to advance the public health goal and practice social distancing to slow the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. The public that signed up and any presenters will be called upon by the presiding officer during the meeting to speak during the public comment or their agenda item during the meeting following Government Code 551.042. La reunión especial de la Comisión de Propiedades Históricos de la Ciudad de Socorro está por empezar. Primeramente, queremos darle las gracias y pedimos su paciencia durante estos momentos críticos que enfrentamos. Les pedimos que pongan en silencio todo equipo electrónico para evitar interrupción de sonido. No se va a tolerar ningún tipo de comportamiento perjudicial o revoltoso. A quien no siga estas reglas, su llamada será desconectada y puede ser infraccionado. De acuerdo con sección 418.016 del Código del Gobierno de Texas y por orden de la Oficina del Gobernador, anunciada el 16 de marzo de 2020, la Comisión de Propiedades Históricos de la Ciudad de Socorro transmitirá su reunión especial hoy, miércoles 16 de septiembre de 2020, a las 6 de la tarde, desde la sala del concilio localizada en 860 Rio Vista Road, Socorro, Texas, por medio de teléfono y será transmitida en vivo para tomar medidas preventivas para prevenir la propagación de la enfermedad del coronavirus a los demás y por la seguridad del público. El público y los presentadores serán anunciados por el oficial conduciendo la reunión para poder hablar durante la sección de comentario público o después de la discusión del artículo de la agenda por cual se apuntaron, siguiendo las reglas del gobierno 551.042.
Marty, if you want to go ahead and get started. The time right now is 6:09.
Yes, call to order the Historical Landmark Commission meeting for September the 16th at 6:10.
Line item number 2, establishment of quorum. We have 5 members present. We have Ms. Mary Perez, Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez, Mr. Gilbert Lujan. I'm going to start again because I didn't hear the other members. Ms. Mary Perez? Ms. Mary Perez?
Here.
Okay. Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Present.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan? Ms. Marty Loya?
Here,
And Mr. David Estrada.
Here.
Perfect. Line item number 3, excuse absent members, which would be Ms. Kathy Apodaca.
I move to approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion to approve. Ms. Mary Perez?
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Yes.
Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes,
And Mr. David Estrada.
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 4, we do not have anyone sign in for open forum. However, we do have the people that from the items available on the line, just in case you need to speak to them, okay? All right, line item number 5, consider and take action on the approval of meeting minutes for the August 12th Historical Landmark Commission.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
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 Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, line item number 5 is for the property. I'm sorry, line item number 6 is look 6.
Hi. Never approved.
Victor, we're working on approval the minutes first. Line
Okay.
item number 5.
Motion.
I'm sorry, you're correct. So line item number 5 is for the approval of special meeting minutes for Wednesday, August the 12th, 2020.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion made by Mary Perez. Do I have a second?
I second.
I did get a second from Tito Lujan on the phone. Lisbeth, go ahead and take the vote.
Okay. Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan, Ms. Marty Loya,
Yes.
and Mr. David Estrada.
Yes.
Motion carried. Line item number 6, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for structure improvements on the building located at 10525 Socorro Road.
Yes, Francisco Corona.
Correct. So commissioners, we do have the applicant on the line. Before you is an application for a certificate of appropriateness for the property located at 10525 Socorro Road. In their request for the work, they are asking to go ahead and do a new roof of metal material. They are also asking to go ahead and replace the shingles on their porch. They are also asking to go ahead and do a door made out of metal, as well as an exterior lamp that is also made out of metal, and also paint their house. What I do need from Mr. Corona is a specification on the type of the material, what type of metal they would be using, and what specific color they would need for their paint in order to go ahead and consider the application complete for the commissioners to review. En español, queremos saber cuál tipo de metal quieren usar para la estructura, igual el color que quieren pintar la casa, señor Corona.
Ok. ¿Tengo que hacerlo en la aplicación o le puedo decir aquí?
¿Nos puedes decir aquí?
Ok, la pintura es color blanco y el metal casi no se va a ver, es nada más una estructura y va a ser blanco y café, pero casi no se va a ver, necesito llevar es nada más la lámina que va arriba para no molestar las paredes de adobe que es lo original.
For the commissioners, the applicant is requesting to go ahead and use white and brown paint, as well as the metal would be minimal to go ahead and support the existing design of the porch and not obstruct the adobe bricks.
So the roof that's getting replaced is the flat part of the house?
Señor Corona,
Yes.
oh, okay, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
And the porch, the roof on the porch is gonna stay, it's gonna look the same?
The roof will be a Mexican tile, teja. Una parte del porche es teja.
Okay.
Mr. Corona, will the design of the porch stay the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Will be stay like that. It's like same thing. Yes, we gonna replace the roof. It has a shingle, and we wanna put like Mexican tile on the roof and on the porch. Right.
Victor,
Yes, ma'am.
the colors, are they on our palette there for the proper colors?
The white is universally acceptable. There are different shades of brown that Mr. and Mrs. Corona can choose from. And if there's no more questions, I'll go ahead and provide staff recommendation to the commissioners at this time.
Okay, I just want to make sure it was on the palette that we have. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Mrs. Perez. Are there any more questions for Mr. and Mrs. Corona?
La barda de enfrente, la barda del fence va a ser de piedra. ¿Está bien? También lo pusimos en la aplicación.
¿El
What is that?
lámpara va a ser con la barda o van a ser separados, señor?
¿La qué, perdón?
¿La lámpara y el barra van a estar juntos o separados?
Oh, ok. No, separados. La lámpara es una lámpara también tipo
De
tipo
metal.
mexicano, ajá, de metal, llaman de la foto.
Sí.
Y la barda, pues creo que nada más me dejan 3 pies de alto. Ya tengo una barda de piedra por un lado, entonces vamos a continuar nada más los 3 pies de piedra, también tipo mexicano. Y unos pilares como de 5 pies
El tipo
de
de,
piedra, todos de piedra.
el tipo de barrera va a ser igual como el que tienes aquí en el retrato.
Sí, es igual.
Okay. So in addition, the applicant did agree that the wall he's trying to make in the front would continue to be the same that he currently has on the side of his property, as visible in one of his front-facing photos. Staff's recommendation, based on the information that has been given, is that as long as the architectural style of the current porch, meaning the slant with a flat top, is consistent, that's already existing. He is using minimal metal materials to go ahead and reinforce the structure, as well as replace the shingles that are currently in use with like or similar products, and that the applicants do choose a color based on a color scheme. Staff does recommend approval with these conditions.
Victor, I only see the rock wall in the pictures. I don't see any other wall. Can you point me to the picture?
So I'm gonna go ahead and share it on my camera.
Okay,
It is on your backup. It would be the front-facing wall where there are 3 vehicles on front. There is a wall to the right of that photo.
Ujú.
Give me one
To the
second
right?
while I
I
remove
see
my
the rock
background.
wall.
Give me 1 second.
Victor,
Yes, sir.
Victor, does it have to be in writing what he just told us, or are we just gonna like take his word for it, or?
If you motion to approve, we would go ahead and recommend that you cite that in the conditions for his permit. So that way the work that is being approved would be specifically written out in his conditions portion of his permit.
Okay,
Anything that would go against what's in the conditions would be not allowed and therefore subject to a fine and or removal.
thank you.
this is the old Jurado house, right?
I
Yes.
don't have it listed as that name, but this property has been created and in existence for quite some time.
I'm glad they're doing that.
I did check with our Mission Trail guidelines that are posted online, and this is actually one of the first designs that was included as an example, which is a semi-pitched roof and is conducive to the hacienda style that they are referencing and does
Mhm.
inquire the shingles as well as the wood. The metal is now a requirement to go ahead and provide some sturdiness to the overall architectural design. And I can go ahead and show you that photo now that Mayela's helped me remove my background. So you can see here on this side is part of the rock wall on the side of his property.
Uh-huh.
And he does also have additional photos with the wall in the back.
But there, it's all the rock wall.
Correct. He's going to continue with rock in the front with the hacienda style design.
Okay, so he's gonna continue with rock. Okay,
Correct.
that was my question. Okay.
Ujú.
Do any of the commissioners
Uh,
have
Victor?
any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
Victor, what color is the rock for the wall?
The
Current.
rock will be
Go ahead,
the
Mr.
same as, it will be the same color to the one on the picture. Maybe we just gonna put some clear just to protect the rock.
Oh, you're going to put a clear
So they would,
substance on it or
clear,
clear liquid?
sí.
Oh,
Mm-hmm,
okay.
mm-hmm. It will be
Okay.
like the rock.
Mr. Corona, do you mean a
Like
sealant?
rock.
Okay.
Yes.
So you would seal your rock wall,
Uh-huh.
but you wouldn't, would you add any paint to it or just the clear sealant?
No, natural color.
Okay.
Just clear,
Okay.
okay,
Uh-huh, just clear. Seal. Mhm.
all right. Okay,
Are there any more questions?
None from me.
No, I'm okay.
Can we get
No,
a
I'm good.
motion to
Hey,
approve?
I'm gonna put a water fountain too. I put it on the application. It will be like, cantera rock. It's like hacienda too.
The Fuente de Agua de Cantera,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
would that be located in the front of the property or in the back?
Uh-huh. In the front,
Behind the wall?
next to the wall, in front of the porch. It will be in the middle of the front patio.
Cantera is an approved material on the Mission Trail since it is one of the indigenous rocks that's used. And would you be painting the water fountain, sir? Or would you leave it
No,
original stone?
no, will be like natural color.
Okay.
Will be like that. Mhm. It's like light brown, something like that. But it's natural.
Do the commissioners have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Can we get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve with staff recommendations.
second,
Okay, Ms. Mary Perez,
aye,
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan, Mr. Gilbert Lujan? Okay, Ms. Marty Loya
Yes.
and Mr. David Estrada.
Yes.
Perfect, motion carried. Line item number 7, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for installation of electrical signs on the property located at 11071 Socorro Road.
Before we get started, I do want to note that there was a correction done to the agenda. Previously, it was listed with a duplicated address of 10525. However, as Ms. Castro mentioned, it was corrected to go ahead and list the correct address, which is 11071 Socorro Road. Regarding the installation for the sign, this address came before you at the last meeting. They are currently operating a restaurant out of one of our properties on Socorro Road. They are a barbecue company as well as beverages. And El Camino Cantina is on the line. Mr. Donnie is on the line, I believe still. Donnie, are you on the line? Donnie, are you on the line still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So commissioners, the applicant is on the line. This is a marquee sign for promotional purposes that they're requesting to install. In the backup, it does have the dimensions. It is the installation of an electronic sign on the building. This first request is similar to that of the laundromat that is on Socorro Road and Passmore. The second request is for the installation of the digital sign in the front, which is the marquee. And then the last request is a small electronic sign from El Camino Cantina. The only issue that I see with this application is currently with the sign portion of the historical guidelines. It was limited to 2 signs in the established guidelines.
Okay.
So Donnie, I have a
Well,
quick question. The smallest sign, the
Go ahead.
third one, is that an actual sign or is that going to be painted on the building?
Okay. The one that says El Camino Socorro.
Okay, that's going to
That's
be on
gonna
the
go
front,
on the
right?
on the front, and that's all it's gonna say. And it's not gonna flash or anything. It's just gonna be lit up. And their channel letters, Victor, it's not just a lit up sign. They're channel letters, so they're gonna show individually. It's just gonna look. It's a really nice sign. It's an expensive sign, but it's gonna look nice. The other one is the digital marquee up front, and it's just to let people know about, our barbecue specials that we have going on. Rib plate, $12.98, or whatever. But the other sign on the beer garden, that's a separate building. That's a separate entity over there. So really, it's just two signs on this side and one sign on that side.
The sign that you're referencing, would
and
that
that
be the 18-inch by 48-inch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
that one will actually go
that'll
on
be-
your separate building.
Yes, sir. It's going to go on the other side, on the what we call the beer garden. This is going to be an outside eating area. It's going to even have a separate address. According to the electric company, they wanted it to have its own meter out there. So anyhow, it's going to be, this is 11071, and that's going to be 11071B. But if they'll only do two signs up, I'm okay with that too. I mean, it's up to them.
Are there any questions
It's going to
from
look
our
real.
commissioners?
It's going to be professionally done, guys. They're expensive signs.
I guess my only concern is that first one where it says promotion for today. Is that gonna be very large, very kind of like an eyesore?
No, I agree with you. No. As a matter of fact, that one,
So really quick, I do want to provide the dimensions that were included in the backup. The promotional sign,
Yeah.
the actual LED portion of it does measure 2 feet high by 5 feet across. And the overall sign in
Yes.
total is 8 feet high by 5 feet across.
it's real similar to, there should be a picture of it there, Victor.
Correct, yes, and that is in the backup
Okay.
and does have the dimensions of the sign. So in referencing our guidelines, the guidelines do state that for a single building, there is a maximum of 1 sign for the frontage road and 1 on site. For a multi-tenant building, 1 site is allowed for each storefront. So given that the
Okay.
applicant would be in compliance requesting all 3 items.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions? Could
I
we
don't
get a
have any.
motion? I'm sorry?
I'm good.
I don't have any.
Could we get a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan, Ms. Marty Loya,
Yes,
and Mr. David Estrada.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Line item number 8, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for the installation of a fence on the property located at 10180 Apodaca Road.
Good evening, everybody. As Ms. Castro did mention, this address is 10180 Apodaca Road. They are requesting to replace our old chain link fence with now cinder block wall, which would be 6 feet in height, and adding 105 feet with a gate of 25 feet. They did attach pictures for the design. We do recommend that we do remove chain link on our historical district. There are, in fact, facade grants from the El Paso County in order to do so. They are using an approved methodology, and they did attach some photos of the site. They are labeled in each direction as well. As you can see in one of the pictures, lists labeled new 25 feet gate color brown. They are mentioning the already established rock wall design or cinder block wall design. We would request that they continue that pattern. And lastly, they also did provide an example of the Iron Gates and Consumer's Guide First Impression Ironworks. As far as colors and materials are approved in regards to the wall. As for the gate, wrought iron would be ornamental and would not encompass more than the majority of the building, and therefore the wrought iron would also comply. As far as colors, we would recommend that the applicant do stay within the color palette approved by the district, or if they're looking to do so, they would need to come back and provide a specific color that they would like to do if it's not already on our approved color choices. Mrs. Carrera, I believe, is on the line. Lorena Velasco or Alfonso Carrera, are you on the line?
Yes, we're both on the line.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the applicants are on the line, commissioners, in case you have any questions. If there's anything that the applicants would also like to say, you have right to do so at this time.
We just want to thank you for the opportunity, and just to let you know, we just want to improve the property and the look all around our property. We want to continue, of course, the mission style hacienda. We love it, so we will be submitting for all around similar, so it can look really pretty.
We appreciate that.
If there are no questions, can we get a motion to
Victor.
approve?
Yes, ma'am.
Victor, the color will be brown, you said?
They are requesting a brown. It is staff's recommendation that they choose within our approved color palette, or if they would like to submit a
Okay.
different color, they may do so by bringing an item back to the commission's agenda.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion then to approve it with the stipulation that they do stick to the Mission Trail palette colors.
I have a motion made by Mary Perez. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay, Ms. Mary Perez,
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan, Ms. Marty Loya,
Yes,
and Mr. David Estrada.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Line item number 9, consider and take action on the certificate of appropriateness for property improvements and painting of a structure which is located at 10179 Socorro Road.
Good evening, commissioners. As noted, this address is 10179 Socorro Road. Many of you might know it for its significance on our Mission Trail. I am pleased to announce that Mission Trail Brewing is going to be the new home at this location. They are actually on the line as well. I believe Mr. Stoner's on the call. Mr. Stoner, are you still on the line with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Danielle Stoner, are you also on the line with us?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, so both applicants are on the line. They did fill out their application to its entirety. They have actually been working with Ms. Valerie Venecia from El Paso County Mission Trail, as well as ourselves in getting facade grants to go ahead and beautify the property. For those of you that aren't familiar with the location of it, it's going to be right in front of Casa Ortiz at Casa Apodaca, where the Bookery used to be. They are looking to actually include a cleanup of the site to go ahead and get rid of any debris, any trash, as well as the weeds, clean up the facade. They are requesting to go ahead and include a new wooden fence, and they're also asking to go ahead and improve the landscaping with materials that are approved by the guidelines. They're also going to include a patio area for guests to better enjoy, as well as secure the building properly. They are not looking to make any construction improvements to the actual building. What they are actually asking for is to go ahead and create new infill, meaning the fence with like-minded materials that would not detract from the historical significance of the property. They went ahead and approved or provided, vendors which are approved for the guidelines, as well as colors for materials, choices of rocks, grass, paint, and wood. They have included dimensions as well as item numbers for reference of specific materials. Lastly, they are going to ask to go ahead and paint the exterior of all sides of the building to enhance the natural texture of the building and draw people in. They are needing approximately 30 gallons of white from Home Depot. Staff recommendation is to go ahead and approve with the following conditions. Number one, that they stick to the color palette for the district. Number two, that they do not power wash the building as it may harm the adobe and stucco work. Any substitutions made to this work request should be done in writing no later than 15 business days. And the only reason for that is this is a state antiquities landmark. So we will also require them to go ahead and speak to THC and get approval for this work in writing and send us a copy to have on file. Mr. and Mrs. Stoner are on the line in case they have any questions, or at this time, you may also address the commissioners.
Thank you very much.
No questions. Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to approve with the stipulations that Victor stated.
I second that motion.
I have a motion made by Mary Perez, seconded by Tito Lujan.
Ms. Mary Perez?
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Yes.
Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes.
And Mr. David Estrada?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. We have line item number 10, which is open for questions or comments from commissioners regarding current commission efforts and projects.
If we don't have any questions or comments, do we have a motion to delete item number 10?
Make a motion to delete item number 10.
Or actually, you know what? I'm sorry, I stand corrected. It's just a discussion, so we don't have to take any action.
Okay. Resend that motion.
Line item number 11, meeting adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion. Second.
And the time is 6:40. Ms. Mary Perez?
Aye.
Mr. Alfredo Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert Lujan?
Yes.
Ms. Marty Loya?
Yes.
And Mr. David Estrada?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, commissioners. For all of our applicants, you will be receiving either a phone call or an email from my staff. Your COAs will be ready for pickup by Friday, or you can also come in on Monday. For anyone that is out of town, we can go ahead and email you a copy of your permit for your records, and we will also be contacting you with next step for how to contact the THC. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we'll see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
Bye-bye.